There's not enough money in the world to satisfy the ego. There's not enough clothes in the world to satisfy the ego. No matter what we do, no matter how many things we accumulate, no matter how many drugs we got to do, alcohol, women to sleep with, so that we can then feel good and get on some sort of high, it's not going to satisfy. It's going to be a black hole, whether that's big, whether that's small. A literal void that we feel. And temporarily we might feel good. But right after that, we go back to that same feeling that we all know that we go back to. Because most of us are there, regardless of what that is. Maybe we've masturbated and we feel good and feel some sort of relief. Or maybe we put on the makeup and we look beautiful, and then the night after it's like, shit, like that just didn't feel like me. And this is okay, but it's to acknowledge that. It's to honor those parts of us that think and feel that way. Yes, it might be humiliating, it might be a little embarrassing, but having the humbleness, having the openness to realize, yeah, this is how I think, and there is fear there, but I can acknowledge that part of me. Well, really that's the step one of awareness, just bringing awareness to that. It's like, yeah, I do think of that. Yeah, sometimes I act from that space, and that's okay too, because that can be changed. If there's something that we have learned, we can unlearn it. If you had no memory at all, if you were not who you were today, if you were your granny, if you were some child in Australia or South America, whatever that looks like, you would have a completely different experience. And their experience that they would have in life is based on their past as well. The past does not define us. And that's not to sound cliche either. But what really defines us, it's none of our past. It's the essence of who we are. And who we are is what we came here to really discover. Not this conditioned self of a copy-pasted version of moms and dads, generational trauma, and mental complexities and energetic limitations that we didn't carry and pass over to our children. No, that's very limiting. Because we've picked up something does not mean we have to give it, either to other people or, most frightening of all, to our own children that we might conceive. And that's not to put fear under our ass, but it's just a realization that who we are today, we can absolutely change that. It might seem a bit daunting, it might seem too abstract, too far out, and that's okay. Because that fear, that thought that is also thinking that, is not real. It's just what we've attached ourselves to. Who we really are, and then that thought, and that's so enmeshed together, intertwined, that we don't even know the difference. But when there's a separation there, then we can be the observer. Then we can start to observe those thoughts. And it's not going to be like that. But just separating who we truly are to the identity of who we think we are, then we start to see real shift. Then there's a powerful transformation that can be upheld, that can be experienced, embodied, a different person. Not through force of thought or positive affirmations or doing yoga on the Sunday asanas, which as yoga is the union of who we are. Then we truly shift. Then we start to realize that who we think we are, well, that's the biggest project of stripping back the onion layers and knowing at the core of who we truly are.